Good afternoon to our lecturer, Ms. Tila, and our fellow students. Our subject is the contemporary issue in management, and today will be present the topic about the emotional labor in service work, gender in occupational segregation. Our member total got 4. It will consist of me, Lee Kao Seng, Lim Hui Ming, Lai Jin, and Ngui Eng Ong. So first, what will be discussed in this topic? Firstly, we will talk about experience highlighted different gender expectations. Secondly, the impact of the emotional labor you identify of the employee. This structure will be important for the consider in this topic. Thirdly, gender occupational segregation is justifiable. Is it yes or no? Let's see it. Firstly, what is emotional labor? Emotional labor will be defined as the degree of the manipulation of one of the inner feelings of our or behavior to display the appropriate emotion in response to display rules and occupation norms. So, as a human, we normally got the emotion. Emotion normally for two types, good and bad. So, for our observation, normally that men will control that emotion is stronger than the woman. Why I make this argument? Firstly, men in nowadays they will be more mature compared to women, and women every month they got some things called period. So when the period coming, the emotion is more worse than compared to men. So in gender is a reflect an uncertainty about the status. Whether this is assumed in our job when we consider it is white. Secondly, whether it should class as a work at all. So we will assume that gender will normally they will be considered when they hiring as for the employee in their working place. They will consider the gender. Is it men's more important or women's? Men with high skill and educational qualification. So normally men will be go more to the high skill and education when they good in their degree. They will looking for their business fields such as finance, marketing, and accounting. This is so because such of the occupation they will can proceed they more to her higher of the position compared to the service work, because service work is normally more to the retail, nursing, transportation, and this kind of service. Mostly men with the high of the education, they won't consider this consider this job. Women will more to service work. Yeah, this is true because women normally they will more to the paperwork because it's more easy and won't so stressed compared with the men occupation. So for my personal experience, firstly, I work as a retailer at the Uniqlo. Uniqlo is a fast retailing that selling clothes in all around the world in the Japan, but they now have been success and free the Malaysia market. So this type of retail is a frontline service. What is mean of frontline service? It means that they always put customer as a top priority. They will serve customer well. They always consider customer will always be the first, and other tasks or their objective will be second or third. But for here, retail always put the customer in the first place. So in this job, my observation is that I can see the woman, the employee and the worker there, the ratio is higher than the men's. For every whole Malaysia, the ratio is higher compared to men. This is what the reason men's why is not interest in this service of the retail. Firstly, men's they need to always service with a smile. This is a bit more to not challenging compared to others business because they need always just treat customer well. Is totally not have any challenges. So in this of a job is more suitable for the women compared to the men. Furthermore, men cannot see any future in this job. in this work as a retailer, the salary will be around fixed, like your previous will be in 3K, then after 10 sale your salary might also will be 3K. So it's totally not suitable for the men. The salary is not cannot cover for the men if they got the family. So in the retail, most of the men they won't consider this job. However, the retail job is suitable for our students because our students they looking for the search of part-time jobs such as me. They got the time effort to work as a retailer. So, however, in this retail job, women easy to burn out because when customer the footfall is high, all the things will be messy and the condition is not good. So the retail for the women they need to tidy as soon as possible and the time limited. So in this condition, they will feel stressed and they easy to get angry when they are looking on their cassette. All the garments is messy. So next, I will pass to my partner. They will talk about their experience.
Okay, I'm Hui Min. I will talk about what is emotional labor. Hochschild stated that emotional labor is to describe things that service workers do that goes beyond the physical and the mental duties. It shows a genius concern for the customer needed. When the service worker working, they need to make a positive eye contact with all the customer. Even though when they facing the angry customer, they need to hide their real emotion and continue smiling even though they facing a bad day or bad condition. Next, I will talk about the gender relationship. Gender relationship in the workplace require active and ongoing management. It's also offering mandatory equity and diversity training. It provides a safe avenue to routine check-in with women and men to ensure that gender exclusion is being addressed. For example, like using the routine survey and the interview research. Gender relationship providing formal avenues for the women and drawing on social science to regularly measure the progress of your workers at the both places, individual and the organization level. Okay, I will talk about my personal experience. I worked as a brand ambassador for the Toyota and the Nissan car show before during my semester break. As we all know that brand ambassador is a model hired to drive the consumer demands and also known as a positive spokesperson, work with a good smiling. Usually when I'm working, I'm holding an iPad and walking around the shopping mall in order to ask people to do the survey. The survey purpose is to know more about the customer demands, what they like, what car model or what color they like for the car. Not only that, I also distribute the flyer and giving out some free gift for the customer when I work. In addition, hiring a model increase the odds that can attract people to take photo with the model or with the car, so that when people upload the photo through the Facebook or YouTube, it might help the car show to provide free advertising for promoting the car. Next, I will pass for my group member to talk about. Yes,
So good afternoon everyone, I'm Jean. So I will talk about emotional labor. Emotional labor, it can be defined as the process by which workers are expected to manage their feeling in accordance with organizationally defined rules and guidelines. And Hochschild categorized emotional labor as the effort to seem, to feel and to try to actually feel the right feeling for the job and to try to induce the right feeling in certain others. Gender. There are few types of gender, which are biological sex, gender identity and gender expression. Biological sex. It is attributes such as anatomy, chromosomes and hormones that is usually assigned at birth and inform whether a person is male, female or intersex. Gender identity. It is an individual's internal sense of being a man, a woman, neither of these, both, and so on. Gender expression. It is the way in which a person manifests masculinity, femininity, and both. So I'll talk about my personal experience. I worked as a part-time promoter at Sasa during my last semester break. In this context, I was hired because the target customer are mostly female. So the target customer will feel that it is more comfortable to communicate with female workers. So they will, and Hochschild note that women are employed in occupations that require them to act caring toward customer more than men. So in this case, target customer will tell their needs and wants to the female promoter. So due to the subconscious of them that female are more caring about customers' needs and what. In fact, many of the respondents argue that their gender had a positive influence on their work that make their relation with customers more fluid. So in my opinion, gender occupational segregation is justifiable. This is because there are some works which are more suitable for women or men. So in my opinion, promoter is more suitable for women. That's all.
Afternoon. Next, we'd like to share guys about emotional labor, in my opinion. So based on the research I've done, there are two types of emotional labor. First will be job focus, and the second will be employee focus emotional labor. So job focus emotional labor, it's the level of emotional demands in an occupation. So it depends on the employees, whether the occupation requires what level of emotional expressions they require. The other type will be the employees focused emotional labor. So this kind of emotional labor is employees need to bring through the process and the experience of managing their own emotions and expressions to reach certain level of emotional expressions through their working position. Next, I would like to share with you guys about my personal experience. So I was an intern in an NGO called Alpha Malaysia before I stepped into degree. So most of the employees in the organizations are female employees, and most of the female employees are single females. So part of the reason maybe is because the working requires a lot of interaction between employees and customers. Employees need to promote the products to the customers, and at the same time they need to share about the visions and the objectives of the products. And from the higher level of management, they expect higher or perfect job performance from employees. So normally people will mention that the frontline service work will be done by women. So women's work normally will be relates to frontline service work. However, there's some risk for women to work at frontline. One of the risks will be women have weaker social shield than men. Women will be weaker than men in protecting their own emotions, their anger, and their frustrations. So the management of agitations, if they lose the controls, it might affect their job performance, which will turn out job burnout. And the outcome or the aftermath of job burnout will be turned out to politics between the employees due to unable to manage their own agitation well. So next we'll pass to Kasih.
Yeah, come to the summary. Firstly, we will as we consider that in now 21st century, all the situation and condition will be already different. Now most of the women, they are able to handle to high position. Why this situation changed? Because now women they have a high education, same as men, means that they got the chance and compare with the men. Furthermore, the ratio entering study university and the college, the ratio of women always higher than the men. So, for example, actually we at the college now study under the Care University, we can see that the ratio of the women is totally higher than the men. The ratio of women to the men is around 3 to 1. So now most women the education is higher and higher compared with the men. So now society is already changed. The most of the bigger company, you can found that some of the higher position already start in just by the women. So next, most of the women can be handle high position as a man because now women did not involve in marriage, so they know the balances and kids become an obstacle for their women. So now will be come to our references. This is next, and for our here will be the Q&A.
In your own opinion, did you feel organization will consider gender when hiring?
Yes, as a boss or as an employer, I will consider this issue because firstly, I will see my job stream is more to need to women or men. If my job is more to the paperwork, of course, I will consider women because women are more to the details. They are more to look inside all the things. Compared to men are more suitable in the business field or they are more handled in the when they need to carry heavy things. All this need to men because compared to women will get easy to injure. So when injured, the company to be responsible for it.
The second question is any solution to deal with education issues?
Well, to deal with the education issues, I think certain kind of activities that will relax or provide benefits emotionally for women and men is required for every working environment. Any other questions?
No.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you.